Today I'm sharing with you a forgotten golfer's elbow treatment method. Well, forgotten for me because I've had golfer's elbow before about 5 years ago and it was really hard to completely get rid of. And I've just been going through all the things that I used to do because I'm still got a lingering 1 out of 10 pain from my golfer's elbow. And I found my Voodoo floss band in my shelf up there and I'd completely forgotten about this. And the idea of this is that it constricts your blood vessels so much that it forces all of the blood out, and then when you release it, your body just pumps new oxygenated blood back in. And tendons don't have much blood flow, not compared to muscles, and much blood supply. So the idea is that we're going to flush that blood out and then we're going to get new oxygenated blood in, which is a really big part of the healing process. And I remember that I did this daily when I had my golfer's elbow all those years ago. So let me show you how to do it. And it's pretty hard when you do it by yourself, but here goes. So this is so much easier if you get somebody else to do it. And the main thing that's hard is to get it started. So you start from just above the elbow and you pinch the band off like that. And then you force your arm into your wrist, into an extended position. And then this is where it gets really bloody tricky. So, and then you got to wrap real tight, and it looks like I can't even keep my hand in that extended position, which is totally fine. But you can see I am doing this really tight, going right around my arm here. This should be so tight that you feel like, oh my God, I couldn't handle this for more than a minute. That's the idea. Okay, so you come down to where the golfer's elbow is. You can see, look how it's pinching my skin there like that. Okay, and then once you get down to where the golfer's elbow is, those tendons there, you double over, you start coming back. It's very uncomfortable, borderline painful here, what I'm dealing with. Not something that I could handle for long at all. We're going to get it around. And then once we get back up, we're just going to try and tuck this in here however we can. This is so much easier when you get somebody else to do it. I used to have somebody do this for me. So this is the hardest part, hey? Tucking this in. I've forgotten all about this. I'm going to just hold it with my teeth, I think. Be easier. And then go like this. Oh. 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 Woo. And then you unravel it. And I don't know if you'll be able to see the white there and watch all the blood come back in. Woo. So what I've done there is, you've got these little tendons here that really are desperate for some oxygenated blood and for some, what's the term? What do you call it? Oh, I can't remember the correct medical term for blood swapping. I can't believe I've got a mental blank here. Where the body takes deoxygenated blood and swaps it for oxygenated blood. So what I'm going to do now, I'm going to do my other arm. And this is a technique that I learned from a friend of mine, Aaron McKenzie, and he just swears by it. And I remember I was just at wit's end with golfer's elbow 5 years ago. I just couldn't seem to shake it with all of the right exercises and everything. And then when I started doing this, it really made a difference. And you actually get almost immediate results from it, because you can feel straight away when all that new blood just flows back in. It's quite an amazing feeling. And the idea of, you can see how tight I'm doing this. The idea of moving your arm is that you're taking it through full flexion so that you're flossing all of your muscles and your fascia, going through full flexion in the elbow and the wrist, and full extension as well. So that's why it's really important that you're trying to start in this extended position. Okay, and now you double back. So you start from just above the elbow, you go down to just below the elbow, and then you double back. Okay, get to this point. Off. Oh, it's really uncomfortable. Some people would call it painful. I've done this. Look at the blood come back in. Look at this. See how it's all white, and then you see all the blood rush back in there. So, and now what I can do as well is, because I'm actually dealing with a minor sprain in my wrist, which is causing pain when I do handstands like this. So I'm actually going to do the same thing here, and I've done this many times before as well. So I start just above the area that I want to work on, and you can see like you're pulling really tight, and you're going about halfway over where the band was. So you can see I'm only, like, I'm not going to there, I'm going just above it, and I'm going to come right down to the wrist here. So these are really, really good for wrist and elbow and knee and ankle injuries. Pretty useless for hips, and I've never really found a way to make it work with shoulders either. Okay, and this one, maybe I can tuck it in here. Maybe not. Maybe I can tuck it in here. And look at my fingers. Look how much it's squeezed my fingers together. I mean, that's how tight I'm doing it. And now I'm going to go through all these wrist positions. Oh man, it's brutal. Okay. Okay. Oh man. And then you get it off as quick as you can. Look at the white, look at the color come back in. Look at that. See how it went from white to pink like that? And so it's just really forcing all of the blood out of the area, and then forcing your body to pump new oxygenated blood back into the area. And I can't believe I've forgotten about it, because already, just from that one go, that whole arm just feels so much better. I don't need to do it on this wrist. And so what I am going to be doing, and anybody that wants to do this, is I'm going to be doing this 2 or 3 times a day. So multiple times in the day is really, really useful for this. And you can see how quickly it takes me. Like, if I wasn't actually explaining this, and once you get into your groove of how you set it up and, you know, get it done for yourself, then it's much quicker. And if you can ever get somebody to do it for you, it's really, really good if you just hold your hand on the wall like that, and you get them to wrap your whole elbow, and then you do it yourself like that. And then for the wrist, again, it's just easier if somebody's got 2 hands to be able to wrap it up for you. So I hope that helps. I've put a link in the description for these where you can get them on Amazon. I've found them at the best price that I can find, because some of them are like $15 and some of them are $30. So I'm giving you a link for the ones that are cheaper, but that have a lot of good reviews. Of course, if you use our links, we get a very small commission, which really helps our channel and helps us grow at no cost to you. So that's, yeah, that's it, really. If you've got any questions, let me know. I'm going to be doing this daily, and yeah, I've already had experience with these. So give it a go and let me know how you go. If you've got any questions, hit me up in the comments. See you later, everyone.